Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin. Why? Bitcoin's running the market still, but Bitcoin has been showing a lot of strength recently over the weekend. Today is Monday, 5 a.m., and I'm bringing you this video so I can show you what I'm seeing on the charts. Currently, Bitcoin down here, 20,500 roughly. And let's get into this here. This is looking very bullish, guys. Taking a look at the chart, we saw that Bitcoin went into this channel here. Okay, it's called an ascending channel or ascending wedge, and you can see that we have the resistance line down here, we have the upper resistance line here. But look at what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something else, friends, and this is another indication that we could be having a lot of strength here. This upper line here, this is called a neckline. A neckline of what? Well, it's a cup and handle pattern, possibly a cup and handle pattern. So we have the cup down here, like so, and then we had a breakdown from that wedge, and then we're gaining momentum again, retesting that neckline. And so this is very bullish, and this is called a cup and handle, where you have this area is the cup, this area is the handle, and this is the neckline. Usually the neckline is the breakout area right here. This is the neckline, and this is the area that we're watching for strength to break through. So let's take a look at some scenarios. So first of all, the bullish scenario would be a break of that neckline, okay? So currently right now, a break of somewhere around 20,000, let's see here, a break of 20,800, around there, 20,800, which would be breaking the previous high, this previous local high here. And then we would have to break out, retest it, and then move higher, or we would break up and then use it as support, maybe consolidate a little bit, and then move higher. So we've been very bullish over the weekend, and we're back at the area where we broke down. Okay. Now what's really important to understand is we technically are still in a longer term downtrend. When we take a look at uh, the trend here, it's still a longer term downtrend. Okay, it's a local bullish push, but it's a downtrend nonetheless on the greater time frame, longer time frame scale. So when we take a look at the impulse, we had an impulse from here. This is a pivot high down to a pivot low, okay? And then we had an impulse up, okay? So what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for bullish activity, a break of the neckline here on the cup and handle. If we do break that, we're testing it now. I'm considering taking a position there, and because that's going to be very bullish. So that being said, if we do not break it and hold it, or if we roll over, if we break it and then roll back down, or if we just get rejected at this point and start coming back down, I'm going to be looking at two scenarios. I'm going to be looking at a sideways consolidation, which is a sign of strength. You can see here that we have all of this sideways consolidation, okay, prior to this breakdown, right? So I'm going to be looking for the same kind of consolidation like so in a range. Okay, then that would be a potential setup of a left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder, which would be like a reverse head and shoulders, which that would be a greater, larger pattern that would be bullish. Okay, so this is the bullish scenario: a break and hold of this neckline, and then either consolidation sideways or move higher. Or the bearish scenario, because we are in this downtrend, would be a continuation impulse to the downside. Okay, so here we have the impulse coming down. We had a corrective wave impulse higher, and then if we don't have enough bullish momentum and if the bears are too strong, then we could have another impulse to the downside, which is most likely, to be honest, because these channels here usually break to the downside. Okay, they more often break to the downside than they do to the upside, and you can see that that's what happened. It broke to the downside, but everyone's so bullish that they want to turn this into a support and support zone, right? They want to turn this into a support area, which would be great because that means that we're changing momentum. Now, if we get rejected here and we start putting in a down wave, a continuation wave here, then what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a Fibonacci retracement or extension. Okay, so if we are bullish, we could be bullish even if we come down and make a higher low, something like this. Okay, higher low and move higher. That would be bullish. Or we could make a impulse to the downside and make a something like a double bottom, right? And then we could push up higher, right? Or we could just make a fib retracement. That would be very, very bullish. So a fib retracement, what I'm looking at is anywhere from the zero point 0.5 fib down to the 618 fib. Okay, I'll be looking for support coming in and volume coming in those areas. So if we have a pull to the downside and we hit 0.5 fib, that's going to be 19,200, roughly 19,200. That would be a 0.5 Fibonacci. If we continue to the downside and we hit the 618 golden pocket, that's going to be 18,814. And then if we hit the 718, that's going to be a 18,285 price point. Okay. Now, the issue is if we go below the 0.7825, there's a sign of weakness, and then we would just have to look for a double bottom in the area of somewhere around 17,750 or 17,800, something like that. So those are the scenarios. Okay, that's the bullish scenario. That's the bearish scenario or continuation of the bear trend scenario. And there you have it. I don't want to make it too long. I just want to let you guys know what I'm looking at. Let's take a look at stochastics. Now we are due for a downside impulse. Let's see. Well, actually, no, not really. We're actually holding that area very well. Okay, guys, this is very bullish. You see here we have a reset of the RSI. Stochastic RSI is pushing higher again, and it's crossing midline, which is a sign of strength. Now we're having an immediate impulse to the upside, and I've already explained that. We're trying to test the that neckline, right? The breakout of that neckline here. Whoops, excuse me. There we go. We're testing this neckline for a breakout and a continuation of the bull trend. And it's trying to regain, prices came down, but it's trying to regain this channel here, right? So we could see more additional upside pressure this morning. And then if this fails, we could be coming back down. Now, one thing I'm looking at is stochastics. Stochastics on the 1 hour is showing that it's crossing midline, so we are having a push to the upside, which you can see by price, and we just have to pay attention and see if this is going to be successful or if this is going to be if this is going to fail, right? On the longer time frame, let's take a look at 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour we're overextended. You see we're overextended on stochastics, but however, let's take a look at RSI now. Let's take a look at RSI and lay the RSI over. Let me grab this real quick, like so, and let me move this. Let me get rid of there we go. And then I'm just going to grab the RSI and I'm going to move it down. And I'm going to combine the two charts. There you go. So taking a look at RSI, our RSI is only midline on the 4 hours. Remember, stochastics does top out early, so we do have more what looks to be some more momentum to the upside coming on the RSI in the 4 hour. So 4 hour looks like we have more momentum to the upside left. It just depends on the buyers how strong they will be. And then on the 1 hour, we're getting a little elevated on the 1 hour. on the RSI. RSI, yeah, RSI is maxed out on the 1 hour, 74. So it's a sign of strength, okay? And the 4 hour still has some distance to go. It all depends on this neckline, this 20,007, excuse me, 20,000, yeah, 20,700 area right here. 20,700 area is the area to watch. A break above it is bullish, a break below it, or a rejection from it would be a sign of either consolidation or a sign of weakness where we would come back down and make an impulse to the downside. So there you have it, friends. I'm going to be buying a breakout above that neckline on the cup and handle, and then I'll be selling if it breaks back down. That'll be a fake out or a head fake where it pops up and then comes back down, right? Or I will, if when I see signs of weakness, I'm going to be shorting here. Okay. Now I do have a I have a fib cloud here, and currently the fib cloud, if we go to the line here, the fib cloud is currently showing green. We are currently in a, or excuse me, not fib cloud, a Heikin-Ashi cloud. We are currently in a Heikin-Ashi uptrend. Okay, and it just started. Now we're putting a lot of pressure here on this trend line, and it depends on what's going to happen here. Whether it's only 5:30, so we could see a break of that and a move higher, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Thank you, friends, for watching. I appreciate it. I don't want to make it too long. I want to get this out to you, and that's what I'm looking for at this time on Bitcoin. Now, altcoins, they're pretty much the same. When you take a look real quick at ADA, ADA is pretty much mimicking Bitcoin. Okay, so you see the same structure. You see the same structure. You see this channel here where the price went in this channel. It broke down, and then it just followed Bitcoin right back up. So here, this one also has a cup and handle. However, it's hitting resistance. ADA's hitting resistance on this channel that it broke down, trying to break back into the channel. It needs to break into the channel before it can break above that neckline on the cup and handle. All right, so this one has a cup and handle pattern as well because it's following Bitcoin. Here's your cup, here's your handle, and it's much more defined on Cardano. And a break above, let's see, a break above 48.7 cents. 48.7 cents would be bullish, and a continuation of this momentum to the upside and a breakout of the cup and handle pattern, and that's going to be bullish. We do have declining volume. Declining volume is good when we have price pushing and holding up against resistance. Why? Because when volume does come in, possibly this morning, and start moving up, the volume starts to move up, then we could have even more momentum to the upside and actually break out. So that is ADA. We're taking a look at AVAX. AVAX, now look at this, friends. AVAX has already broken out. This is what I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin and some of the others. When we take a look at the trend line, we see here is the neckline of the cup and handle. Okay, I'm going to be looking for a retest of AVAX, and then we have this cup here, and we have the handle, and it's a breakout on AVAX. Nice job, guys. Nice job, bulls. But again, remember, always keep your eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin fails and Bitcoin gets rejected from that cup and handle area, then AVAX most likely will follow it down. So we need to be very careful about that. But what I'm looking for now on AVAX is a retest coming back down. Let's see here, either sideways consolidation like so, and then a continuation to the upside, or some type of breakdown and then a rejection and down for the correction. But if AVAX can hold this line and come down and consolidate like this, I'll be buying that. I'll be buying the retest here of this line here, watching to make sure that it doesn't break down. All right, that's AVAX. Let's see, DOT. So you can see the same behavior. Dot has this neckline here, this upper neckline here, and you see the cup here, and you see the handle here, and now it's just doing the same thing. It's testing the neckline here, and it was in this channel, ascending channel, and like I said, ascending channels break down most of the time, but then the momentum picked right back up. They bought the dip, and now they're testing the breakout. So most of these, I'm not going to go over all of these coins, but most of these are doing the same thing as Bitcoin. Okay, some are even breaking out early, like AVAX. Right, AVAX has given a breakout signal already ahead of Bitcoin because it's so strong. So that being said, friends, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Thanks.